Good morning, everyone. My name is Elaine Kunda, and I have just announced the launch of Disruption Ventures. I had trouble sleeping last night, partly because I went in for a second serving of the grilled cheese and the tater tots, but also because I was processing a lot of the information from the last couple of days. And I learned a couple of things that I want to apply to what I'm going to talk about today. The first one is Kevin in Relay Ventures, and he talked about how you're not supposed to think about things, just do them. And I think that that's something I take to heart. Another one was Bill, recognizing opportunity that other people don't recognize and taking advantage of it and just talking about it until someone's willing to listen. And the third one was Jackie, and that's conviction in your mission and your message. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about Disruption Ventures, and I want you to think a little differently than probably what you've heard in the media, the narrative that's out there. And I'm going to share my thoughts on this topic and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I need the clicker. Green button. I'd like to introduce you to Jane Doe, and Jane Doe has developed a technology that expands the shelf life of inoculation. This technology is patent protected, and it is something that costs a couple of cents but can be sold to pharmaceutical companies for about $1 to $3. Jane is in the process of getting financed and is struggling. I'm going to introduce you to Jane Doe 2. She has a smart lighting technology that simulates sunlight and is proven to reduce illness, expand life, improve productivity. Jane Doe 3 is a woman of color who has tapped into an opportunity for other women of color, and she has, in a span of 3 months, developed 160,000 followers, developed a product that she sold, and is trying to raise money for expansion of this. Jane Doe 4 has a research and data company that provides data to real-world evidence to data and big pharma. In this case, she has $2 million in revenue, a pipeline of $10 million, and is in the process of raising money. And the reason I want to tell you about all of these Jane Does is because they're real-life examples of females who are out there trying to raise money and are struggling. The reality is that female-founded companies are just not getting funded. Female founders got less than 2% of VC dollars in 2017, and these are real statistics, these are real numbers. Yet women-led businesses are the fastest growing segment of entrepreneurship in the US at 38%. The problem is that most female-led companies are bootstrapped, they're unable to raise capital, they raise money from friends and family, and therefore are unable to scale. You're probably trying to understand why. This is a hugely untapped market. Why are they not raising money? Well, the reasons aren't good ones. So the reality is that only 7% of partners in venture capital firms are female. It's proven through research that investors preferred pitches from males rather than females. So when males presented the exact same content as females, the males were 50% more likely to get financed than the females were. It's proven that women are asked different questions when they present to venture capitalists. They're usually asked questions that talk about the risk factors rather than the growth factors. They're asked personal questions about their families and their children and all the reasons why they shouldn't invest in them rather than why they should. And another large reason is that men don't seem to relate to some of the female-founded companies that exist. So women tend to solve problems that are female-related, and the reality is, who wants to sit on the board of a company that solves a problem for women with incontinence? Do you as a man want to be involved with a company that helps women who pee their pants? So there's something called the ick factor, and it's a real problem in the industry. So Everyone in this room is mercenary. Everybody wants to make money. And I want to talk to you about why this is an actual opportunity with a tremendous upside. So the research that's out there is showing that female-founded companies or companies that have a female founder actually produce higher results than their male counterparts. And this is in this chart in every single category except for one. Boston Consulting Group came out with a research study last week, and what they shared was that for every dollar of funding that female-founded companies got, those female founders generated 78 cents in revenue. The male counterparts produced 31 cents in revenue. If investors put the same amount of money into the female-founded companies, it would have generated an additional $85 million over a 5-year period of time. The investment gap is real, and it's going to take deliberate action for change to happen. Right now, we are investing in half of our population, and I don't understand why this makes sense. The world's biggest problems are the world's biggest opportunities, and I'm going to talk to you about how we can make that change. This is a massive opportunity with a growth, and we're at a point where there's a lot of discussion about it, but there isn't a lot of change happening. So if you're interested in making money, if you think about the Russia example 2 days ago from Bill, where it's an untapped market, not competitive, this is an opportunity to actively help a segment of the market, but more importantly, make money from. Women have been self-funding, and what's happened is they have become more creative. They are not scaling at the rates that they should, and they're missing out on opportunity. So I'd like to introduce Disruption Ventures. I came up with this idea in 2012, and I floated it to a few people, and everybody thought I was crazy. Why would you invest in females? Why wouldn't you just start a fund? And when you get enough no's, you realize, well, maybe this isn't the smartest idea I've ever had. So I shelved it. And I came back to it recently because I felt the narrative had changed. I felt that people were finally open to conversation, and I believed that I would get the support that I needed in order to do this. Some of the questions that I've received from people is, well, why just do a fund for women? Well, if you look at any other type of asset or opportunity, when you see an opportunity, you go all in that opportunity and you invest heavily in it. So Relay, for instance, saw an opportunity in mobile and they invested in mobile. I see an opportunity in women as an underserved, untapped market, and I want to go all in women. So my mission is to be the starting point for the very best female founders when early stage capital is required, period. And this is already proving to be, this is already proving to happen. So I went out to the market with a media campaign 6 weeks ago, and I can't even keep up to the amount of inbounds that I'm getting, both from people interested in investing, but also time already? Wow. I tried to buy some time from other people, but it didn't work. And it's proving to be successful. We've had a tremendous number of women coming to the table with phenomenal ideas, phenomenal opportunities, and we are trying to leverage that opportunity. I am going to just stop there.